Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are you doing on this awesome wind down Wednesday? Welcome to Get to Know Bob. I am your host, Sonia Weaver. I truly appreciate you taking a moment on this Wednesday evening to tune in and check out and listen and partake and, collaborate, ask questions, whatever you're joining for your reason. We're going to have an amazing conversation and you're going to be a part of it. So thank you so much for joining. Please make sure you share with others. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you take a moment to subscribe to the YouTube channel Deals with Bob. The more subscribers we get, yes, we're going to increase that platform so that people know about the amazing Bobs within our community. So I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for your support. And because the conversation is going to be juicy tonight, I am going to kind of get right into it and kick it off as always with tonight's look. I got a little bit sentimental, emotional, whatever the case may be. Those of you who know me know I lost my grandmother. And she's been with me obviously for quite a while. Those know I celebrated my 50th. So 50 years I've had my grandmother in my life. And yes, it is a blessing, definitely a blessing to live to 105 years old. However, there is a void, and every now and then you just have to recognize that that's what it is. If there is a void, no one obviously can ever take her place, and I would truly miss her. And so, with tonight's looks, I put on this pair of pearls, and it's pearls with some shimmer accents. And really, I purchased these for the funeral. First time wearing it, and bought it with the intention that whenever I wore them, it would remind me of her. We when I say we, my family, my aunts, myself, my daughter picked out a beautiful hat. And hat, really, it shouldn't even be called a hat. It was like this regal crown, if you would say. And it was covered where it had this beautiful fabric, but then it had shimmer stones and rhinestones and pearls all throughout it. It was really, truly a crown. And so I went out and had to purchase just something to remind me of my queen. And so, yes, I got a little bit sentimental, and it's appropriate because what I did falls right into the response to loss. It's a form of mourning. And so, as we get into tonight's featured business, it's quite appropriate that we're going to be featuring this business. But before we get into that, we're going to jump right on into Deals with Bob's Deal of the Day. Now, our deal of the day is going to be what we're giving away free this time. Okay, this week we're going to be giving away some T.O.B. lip bar, lip products. And to just get them, all I want you to do is comment in the chat, which other lip products do I wear frequently that I've mentioned from time to time. So either one will be fine. The first person to do it, I will send you, yes, a TLB lip product. Okay. So where are we at right now? I'm going to tell you guys, you can easily get a little discombobulated before a show when you get emotional. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. One thing I wanted to mention, pink out. Pink out. You see, that's part of tonight's look. The lips are popping pink with a little bit of shimmer. The shirt is popping pink. We are pinking out. Why? Because right around the corner, that's right, this week, will kick off in October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we're just going to be pinked out in celebration and remembrance and in agreement with the amount of information that still needs to be provided to people as it pertains to breast cancer awareness. So we have some solidarity on this platform, and we're going to make sure that we show our support of breast cancer awareness. Now, our nonprofit of the week that we're featuring this week is Genesis. And it is Genesis Pregnancy Resource Center. They say defeat the undefeatable, mind, body, and spirit. Are you pregnant? Wondering how you'll take care of yourself, let alone someone else? They see you. With Genesis PCR, you'll get the resources and support you need to overcome challenges and navigate through a healthy pregnancy and life, mind, body, and spirit. Dads, exclamation point. Yes, dads, we see you too. Our Council of Dads program is designed specifically with you in mind, a brotherhood coming together to support and assist in everyday life and in addition to fatherhood. Join Genesis for classes, counseling, small groups, resources, and referrals. All services are free and currently virtual. Check out their Facebook page or website for more details. Now, everything in which Genesis is offering, you can definitely see why they are our nonprofit that we are featuring for this week. Now, as I alluded to earlier, Tranquility Christian Counseling Center is our featured business for this week. So take a moment to check out what they do. Tranquility Christian Counseling is on our directory listing. They are found under health and wellness. They empower people to believe in themselves with clarity, unity, and growth. Please visit our website to find out more about Tranquility Christian Counseling. One thing I will say in relation to what I was speaking about earlier is that they focus on many things of healing the person's mind, body, and spirit. And one area that their expertise in and has specific groups for is loss. You will learn healthy ways to grieve and to mourn those that you have lost. And I have the privilege to have attended some of those groups, and they are definitely worth attending. I really truly appreciate the work that Tranquility Christian Counseling is doing within the community. So let's get right into it. Yes, we are going to be kicking it off with our deals for our consumer members. We're going to be kicking it off with Deals with Bob that is offering 15% off the premium services. Today's Smile is offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics LLC is offering 15% off event packages. Woo, Women Helping Empower Winners is offering free registration or free consultation. Phlebotomy Express Training Center is offering 10% off. Linked LLC is offering 50% off plus one or free plus three. Tax Divas is offering 10% off or free registration, free consultation, or free gift. Tranquility Christian Counseling is offering 10% off events. Bright Tech Communications is offering 10% off. Boss Entertainment Group is offering 10% off. MCS Financial Services Incorporated is offering 15% off. The Amazing Woman Network is offering 20% off AWN merchandise or 20% off financial services. Affordable Veterinary Clinic is offering free well exams for new clients with the purchase of vaccines. My Sisters and Me Hair Braiding is offering 10 to 15% off. Divine Diva Designs is offering 15% off. Tea's Timeless Beauty is offering 10% off. True to You Candles is offering a free gift. Peggy's Pound for Pound Great Cakes is offering 10% off. Mrs. C's Concessions is offering 10% off the first order. And Detroit Metro Plug Podcast is offering 25% off events. And to become a consumer member, please visit www.dealswithbob.com, click consumer sign up, and join today. If you are a business owner and you want to offer deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards to our consumer members, visit www.dealswithbob.com and join today. Remember, you want to join one of those annual packages where your consumer membership is included. I hope I wasn't talking too fast for you guys. I really am trying to get ready. So this conversation, I don't want you to miss out on anything. So we're going to move right along and we're going to get into our Stay Connected page as we tell you about the amazing things that are going on in and around our community. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming in October, and Linked is saying you are not alone. Together we are stronger. Together we are linked. Support the fighters, celebrate the survivors, and honor those we remember. Make sure you look out for their upcoming events to keep breast cancer awareness for the month of October. Royalty Clarity View Writers Ball is October 1st, 2022 from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Women in Touch present Mental Health is Essential Conference for Healing. This is happening October 5th and 6th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on October 5th and October 7th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. The 4th Annual Fall Family Book Fair is Saturday, October 8th, 2022. Doors open at 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. at 27204 West 8 Mile Road in Southfield, Michigan. You are invited to Paint and Sip Wine Party from Sisters Who Wine, LLC. This is happening on Saturday, October 22nd from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And let us support you and your event by adding it to our Stay Connected page. Visit www.dealswithbob.com and contact us today. So there is a lot more stuff that's going to be happening in October, but we kept it a little short today because, again, we want to make sure that we get to this phenomenal conversation that is coming that you need to know about what's going on in the community. So as we go into that and transition on tonight's show, can you get excited? We are going to be featuring some two powerhouse people in the real estate industry. We're going to be speaking with Tennitia Wilson, who is a broker for Cosmopolitan Real Estate Services, LLC, and Rockefeller Realty. Tennitia is president of Greater Detroit Real Estate Association and a director on the West McNichols Business Association. She is a certified HUD housing counselor who is serious about real estate. She is a Redford High School graduate and U.S. Army veteran. Native to metropolitan Detroit, she is active in her community, serving her third term as a precinct delegate for the Michigan Democratic Party and also a notary public. Tennitia provides excellent customer service with a variety of resources and 28 plus years of experience. She continuously serves her clients' needs with ease and conducts numerous smooth transitions by appointment only. Some of the amazing accomplishments that we're going to just highlight tonight is that Tennitia Wilson is the president of Greater Detroit Real Estate Association, a broker owner, Cosmopolitan Real Estate Services LLC, broker partner, Rockefeller Management, precinct delegate of Michigan Democratic Party, vice president, Greater Detroit Realist Association in 2020, director of Detroit Association Real Estate 2020 to president, and HUD certified housing counselor from August to 2020 to present. Also speaking with her is Mr. Kenneth L. Scott, who has been on our show previously. We know he has over 40 years of experience in community service and engagement, 24 years in real estate sales, 16 years in broker and supervisory management, 19 years in housing counseling and education, and 13 years in housing case management. Some professional experiences: bridging communities and corporate housing coordinator, lead lending specialist, NAREB Investment Division, Housing Counseling Agency, Chandler Scott and Wellness, CSW Real Estate, Community Resource Forum Executive Director, Noble Designations and Certifications, National Association of Realtors, Real Estate Designations, National Association of Realtors, NAR Real Estate Certifications, NeighborWorks at Center for Home Ownership Education and Counseling Certifications, notable awards and achievements: HUD Certified Housing Counselor, Emerging Minority Business Leader Award, Chairman Real Estate Pavilion by Black Weekend, Chairman and host Get Your House in Order, President and Executive Director, Detroit Home Ownership Counseling Collaborative, President of Detroit Association of Realtors, and President of Realtor of the Year for Greater Detroit Chapter, WCR. We want to welcome you to the show. Oh, looks like I may have lost Tennitia. Says device not connected. That the mic, let me see, it says the mic and camera before you can add them to the stream. So we lost her, and you're on mute. Let me see. There we go. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. I know I saw Tennitia in
Yeah,
earlier.
she was on there.
So I tried to talk quickly. Maybe I didn't talk fast enough. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing well.
I was trying to read really, really quickly because the accolades, I mean, are just abundant between you and Tennitia, where I'm like, okay, you do want to speak, right? You gave me just
Absolutely.
this big, ginormous bio, right? And if I
Exactly.
read through it, you will only have about 5 minutes to talk.
Let's say it this way: we've done our service in the community, and we continue to do so.
Yes, that you have,
Yeah.
and we truly appreciate it. In the comments, Tanisha did mention that she's having problems with the mic.
Okay.
Um, I'm not sure if what kind of device she was using.
Okay.
I She possibly can join from her phone if that's an option. Not sure.
Well, hopefully it can be resolved.
Are you able to send a message for that?
Let me see.
So, guys, we just have a little pause here right now. We definitely want to make sure that we have both powerhouses on tonight because of the phenomenal conversation that they are going to discuss, not only with the work that they do, that Ken just mentioned, why they have such huge, like literally ginormous types of resumes and accolades. But there is an amazing event coming up that they definitely want to make sure that you are aware of. Okay, so let me see. Looks like,
Excellent. Okay, good.
hi, how are you?
I'm better now. I got a new phone and I'm still learning it, and all of the data didn't transfer, so I've lost some contacts and I'm a little frustrated, but I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming so much. I'm be honest. When I got your information and it was just the name completely like escaped me. No, no, no. But when the picture came, OMG, I immediately was like, I know her. I know her. Oh yes, yes. I already know. Then I didn't even need a bio. If I would have put the face with the name.
Thank you, Carol. I'm Sonia. Oh my God. Thank you.
Of course, you do so much work that I already knew. And so when I did tell Ken, your response was, "How do you know her?" Right?
Mhm.
West McNichols Business Association.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So it was through that connection. For me, really, I guess from the NAACP and them seeing the passion that I had because I spoke for that organization a couple times on my platform, and they really wanted me to then get actively involved. I got the invitation to come to one of the meetings, and that's where I met the phenomenal Tennitia. And so I'm glad to see that during post pandemic, because I think we hadn't communicated since pre-pandemic. So
That's right.
it really is great to see you.
And
Whenever I see people
yeah,
post pandemic, my heart just leaps. So I'm so glad you're here this evening.
welcome to the 50 Club.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it thus far. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to just spend too much time, but I am going to put an invitation out, Tanisha, that we have a conversation one on one so that I can make sure you have ample time to share with our viewers what you do and why you do what you do, and let them connect to who you are behind all of the accolades that I mentioned. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. So, Ken, he is one of our get to know Bob favorites. Hi, Ken. How are you?
Hi, Sonia. How are you?
I am good. So, without further ado, one of the main things that Ken wanted to make sure that I let everyone know that they have this amazing event coming up. But I want to make sure I don't goof up in any way what you needed me to share, because you guys are like doing some amazing things within your realm of work. And Tanisha Wilson is the president, am I correct,
Yes,
of
ma'am.
Greater Detroit Real Estate Association, and then Ken sits as the second vice president, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys tag team how you want to. What does that mean? What is the organization? Whoever wants to kind of share first.
I yield to my president.
Thank you, sir. The Greater Detroit Realtors Association is a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and there are about 95 chapters across the United States. Our major organization was founded back in 1947 by 12 pioneers who were African American, or Black as they may have called it back then, and they were denied their access to do the real estate trade, just as many other Black professionals were denied the opportunity to participate in trade organizations. So we formed our own trade organization, and we are one of the oldest trade organizations. And so we eventually, um, collectively, they sued the National Association of Realtors to allow Blacks to participate in the real estate trade and have access to listings and documents and closings and things like that. They didn't even want us to have houses
Wow.
or land, and they didn't want lawyers to practice and who formed their own organization. The same with doctors and fraternities and sororities. And so our organization still exists because there's still a need to help increase Black home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
The gap between homeownership has only recently become mainstream and known. Well, we've been knowing this for years, that in a room full of 10 people, if they're Black, only 4% are homeowners. And
Mm-hmm.
in the white community, it would be 7. So that's not good. We need to change that dynamic. And so our organization supports policies, programs, candidates, housing counseling, mortgages, training, anything that helps Black home ownership increase and help the entrepreneur who is a broker who needs the support that they might not get from the white counterparts. So we help with commercial real estate. We help with residential real estate. We have a big commercial class coming up for developers. United Developers Council is going to be here in October, and we're so excited to let everyone know about. Our organization is made up of mostly brokers, agents, developers, uh, lawyers, title company lenders, and we're all a nonprofit. And the banks and other companies donate to our organization and support us so we can put on these events and uplift our community by helping to train developers, to train brokers, to help them get contracts to the Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and help to get professional designations and certifications so that we can practice and help our people. We have a faith-based initiative where we partner with churches. We just partner with the Church of God in Christ across the United States, and so we're helping their congregation implement um, home ownership, land ownership, so that we can build wealth through real estate and
Mm-hmm.
insurance and entrepreneurship. So we support all of those causes collectively and locally so that we can leave a legacy of wealth to the next generation. And I'm very passionate about that because my parents were involved in real estate as well as my grandparents and great grandparents. They were also business owners. So it's just natural for me to want to give to the community that I live in. So I
Mm-hmm.
live in a neighborhood where I serve. And so I'm definitely going to do a good job because I represent my people and I want them all to be homeowners. I understand there's a time for renting, but homeownership is what's going to build wealth naturally. And
Mm-hmm.
then you can also invest in other things like bitcoins or stock. But homeownership is the basic foundation of wealth. And it's easier to attain than it seems. And so we have homebuyer workshops every second Saturday. Ken and I are both certified housing counselors and HUD counselors where we conduct these programs every second Saturday via the process so that they have great expectations when they go shopping for a house where they can shop for a loan and not have a lot of dings on their credit report because they're shopping around. We bring everything to them because our organization has inspectors. We have appraisers, we have lenders, we have title companies right there all within our organization. And it's almost like a Black Wall Street. We just need to have a hospital and a school, and we're ready to roll. But we do offer education, Michigan Con Ed education credits for some of the classes that we offer to real estate professionals. In the upcoming class, we'll have that as well. This time is bigger and better than ever. It's at Motor City Casino Hotel. We've upgraded in the past. We've had it at Wayne County. For all of our guests who are coming here from across the United States will be there and we have dynamic speakers who are going to talk about the development process. And I know people are wondering what is development? Well, it's like flipping on steroids. Sure, you can flip a house, but how about flip a block? How about flip an apartment building? How about doing a four-family flat? These are things that can be done. Many of us are doing it now individually, but you know what happens when we come together and do something collectively. And that's where we have to have more of a we. You know, sometimes the first project might be a joint venture with someone else. Maybe you have to find a mentor within our organization done it before. And when children see people doing this, then they know they can grow up and do this as well. When we were in kids in school, there wasn't very many of us who knew entrepreneurs, but we are an organization of mostly entrepreneurs to deal with the Black-owned business. So that's why we have to unite and inform our people, let them know about the projects and the programs out here. Like Bank of America has got a zero down program, and it doesn't even have a credit requirement. But you know what? You got to be able to take off work or a long lunch break to get in touch with them and to apply. And some people just don't even have a vacation day to take off to go look for a house. So we really have to look at how we prepare for buying a house. It's not like go to the mall or go to the grocery store and get bread off the shelf really have to prepare. And we do this voluntarily, and we are highly accredited. We help people. So we just need to have more of an audience to hear the good news about.
Yes, yes. Now, see, I definitely felt good handing that baton off because there were some things I didn't even know, but the passion, first of all, the passion that you definitely have for the work you do is evident. So y'all see why all the accolades are following, are chasing her because she's leading with a passion and her purpose, and everything is just coming after her. She didn't say I was chasing not one award, not one certificate, not one recognition. Everything she said was for you, for the people, for the community. And she's talking about generational wealth. So y'all already know that's why I was excited. So when we met, that's why I say I would never, ever, ever, ever forget that face ever, because we had such an amazing conversation when we first met, and it was about wealth, and she talked about then her conversation has not changed from the last time we spoke. It's always been how the community can change, the impact you can have with ownership having ownership. Real estate is so huge. So Ken, I'm gonna ask you, do you have anything to add?
Just a little, just a little.
Okay.
Uh, First and foremost, I would like to presently and uh, really acknowledge the accomplishments of our president over the last 2 years. I mean, she has done an excellent job making sure that our team is working together, making sure that we reach the goals that we've set over the last 2 years. So I want to applaud her first.
Thank you.
One of the things that she mentioned and alluded to was the fact that we started by suing the National Association of Realtors.
Mhm.
But one of the things that was left out was the fact that National Association of Real Estate Brokers was actually started here. Our
Mm.
first president was from Detroit. Four of
Awesome.
the 12 members that started this trade organization were from Detroit.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is our base. And when you have a base and what have you, this is the source of everything else that springs from it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, with the help of our president and our team, we have permeated some areas of Detroit. Of
Mhm.
course, we need to do even more.
Mhm.
But the United Development Council, Developers Council, coming here actually for the last year and this year in order to develop 168 square miles of Detroit and surrounding suburbs.
Mhm.
One thing that we've not been able to do was permeate this mass of land that we have. We're very low on the percentage scale as far as developing land,
Mhm.
although we were the developers for others. Now it's time for us to step out front and develop our city and surrounding suburbs. We
Mm.
have to take the responsibility of doing that in our own communities. There shouldn't be any blight in our communities. There
Mhm.
shouldn't be any vacant land where possibilities are there.
Mhm.
We have an opportunity now to join the United Developers Council for the second year in a row to start educating ourselves on the process of developing land. Our
Mhm.
ancestors did it. For some reason, there is a gap between our present population and our ancestors.
Mhm.
We did it for others. Like I
Yeah.
said, let's do it for ourselves. Let's do it for our communities. Let's do it for the families that need it. The other thing that Tanisha mentioned was the wealth gap.
Mhm.
It has grown as far as the disparity. That's a shame in itself, but at the same time, it was started with the foreclosure crisis, ranged 2007 to 2015, whatever the case may be. Then we had a bankruptcy.
Mhm.
Then we had a number of homes that were up for foreclosure, but weren't considered to be the person that was owning the property wasn't considered uh, uh, in a situation where they could retain the property.
Mhm.
So our properties were taken from us. That's the shame of it. It was taken from us when we should have been able to hold on to that property, that equity that it acquired. That's the shame. Then we had a bankruptcy. Then we had homes that were demolished that shouldn't have been demolished. We had school systems that went down, and we have barren land because of it. We have blighted schools. We have schools that have lacked maintenance and security. Uh, and that has everything to do with the demolishing of our base, our residential base. I mean, I always thought that if you were in a good neighborhood, you had three things going for you. You had a good residential base or a residential district. In a lot of cases, Detroit had the strongest home ownership and housing stock of any major city.
Mhm.
Then we had the commercial retail, of which we could go to the store or walk to the store. They were always talking about walkable communities now.
Mhm.
We had walkable communities. We
Yep.
walked to the corner store.
Yep.
Okay. We got our goods and then we came back home and did what we had to do to prepare them. But at the same time, one thing that was missing and one thing that remains constant, if you look at communities and you look at where a school is the strongest, you know that the community is the strongest. And that's something that we need to implement again.
Mhm.
Okay. When we're talking about development, let's start talking about development where our families can send kids to one school for elementary school, one school for a junior high or middle school, and the other school for middle for a high school. We have alumni associations. These kids nowadays have gone to five schools prior to high school.
Mhm.
They have no affiliation with their friends and what have you because their friends are all over the city, all over the suburbs now.
Mhm.
There was a migration after the foreclosure crisis where we thought that a number of individuals left the area, left the Tri County area. They didn't leave the Tri County area, they left the city of Detroit, but
Mhm.
they migrated to the three counties, the Wayne County, the Oakland County, and the Macomb County. So we didn't lose a lot of population there, it just transferred.
Mhm.
But bringing it back home is the fact that because of those migrations, because of that foreclosure, because of that bankruptcy, because of us losing homes and equity because of demolition and what have you, there's a lot of barren land that needs to be developed in the city of Detroit.
Yes. I
The
I totally
opportunity,
agree.
the opportunity exists. So let's take advantage of that. We
Yes.
are we are providing the tools for you to develop land and have a stake in it.
Yes. I mean,
So
I love that. I love that as a broker, you too, I believe, like me, probably see blight and see gaps in the community where vacant land is, and
it makes
don't
me cringe.
see it completely as the negative. I mean, yes, the initial reaction, because we're just seeing visually. Okay, but let's, if you take your visual eyes off of it,
Mhm.
I'm almost willing to bet, my kitchen sink on the fact that we see closed with open minds possibility.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like our board of directors said last night, It starts with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the city of Detroit was built on grids. That's why you see communities that were within square miles or half square miles or whatever the case may be, and they were buffered by other common communities. Then there's a lot of gaps in areas that are, say, between, okay, everything was predominantly in one, District 2, and possibly District 4. So 3, 5, 6, and 7 were left out of the equation. So either we didn't have a stake there or market share there, or we didn't focus in on home ownership like we should have,
Mm-hmm.
because there are people in the city of Detroit in all square miles.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to
Yeah.
develop those properties and develop that land. And October 11th through the 14th is a means to do so. Okay, it's a means to grab your stake and plant it somewhere.
Mm.
Make your project shovel ready. Get the financing. We're going to try to make you aware of all the financing that's available out there.
Now,
All
is
the
that
equipment that are out there.
when you're Kim, when you're referring to, are you? I'm going to add this. I had it up a couple times. So when you're speaking of this, are you speaking of this event right here?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. It's the
Okay.
United
So
Developers Council.
share in layman's term exactly what this is. What's going on?
In one word, opportunity. Second word, access.
Okay.
Okay. I always say knock the door down. Okay. Because here is an opportunity for us to be in charge of our community. If anyone's going to save us, it's going to be us. So let's start there. I'm
So
going to,
who out there ear needs to receive this? Are we talking about the everyday homeowner purchase, or are we talking about people who own their business? Who ears needs to be open right now receiving this message?
I'm going to defer that to our president.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'd be that question. And so it's a call out to anyone who is passionate about real estate, anyone who wants to take on a project and more knowledge about how to do it. This may be someone who's had a project before or not. So maybe you are a home door and you want to fix up the house next door that's just been sitting here empty, vacant, and abandoned. And you know you could fix it, rent it out, or put one. So you might have to talk to the land bank. You might have to talk to Mister. You got to interview 5 or 6 different mortgage companies. Well, we're bringing all of those to you. We're going to have land bank people there. We're going to have Mister there. We're going to have Eric Sabri there. We're going to have the title company there to check the title. We're going to have the lawyers there doing a commercial project. We've got all of the tools to help you. You just got to have the passion and the will. And so if you identify, even if you, we can help you identify a lot. Maybe you want to do some container homes on vacant lots, or maybe you want to buy a plant and rent it out and make it a home kit. So maybe you got a shelter already on another one. So whatever your goal to do in real estate, if you're spending more than $3,000 and it's not the house that you live in, that's a development. So it's like flipping on steroids. And so we're going to teach you how to get government money to do this with. There are low income tax credits if you're going to be developing for low to moderate income people, or if it's certain tracks or zip codes, you might get credits for that. You might get credits because you are a black female or a veteran or something like that. So there's a lot of programs, community development corporation like Opportunity Resource and Liberty Bank, who have rehab loans to you need. You shouldn't have to go visit 5 different banks to choose one. If you come to our development class, you'll meet 5 or 6 different lenders there so that you can choose which one that you want to deal with. We'll have inspectors there. There'll be everyone in the real estate trade present in that class, and you'll have access to them. This is what we do every day, and so we're trying to show the public how they can do it. So if you're an agent or a broker, if you're an investor, if you're a retired tinker with you're a you're a contractor. This is really awesome for contractors because not only can they buy a house and fix it, flip it, but they can get customers who are going to need help to fix up a property. So this is good for a lot of trades. people. It might be a church that wants to develop a house for the homeless. It may be someone who wants to have veteran housing, a garden in the back. So it's just so many things. Community garden on the project of vacant lots where they growing tomatoes. There's funds for that. So it's fun opportunity. Everything is all right at the same time and same place. You can do it individually all you want. It's gonna take longer, but wouldn't it be easier if you're doing it with professionals who do it already?
Yes.
Heck, I bought a commercial building earlier this year. It used to be a church, and we converted into an event center, and it's awesome. And so I know a lot of people who are buying real estate now, and I've got tenants in it who are paying. And you can meet property managers if you don't want to do. There's just so many people there who have the expertise to help you pass the inspections and do the lead-based paint certifications. The average person can't touch all those tricks at one time, but we can. Our director,
I love it.
go to our website and look at our directory, caliber of their accolades. You'd be amazed. Many realtors walk around and say that they are realtors. You're surprised how many we are.
I love it. I love it. One thing that I have kept this up, and people I know it's very difficult for you guys to read. So I wanted to make sure I highlighted one sentence in here that really impacted me that was on this flyer. And it sums up everything Tennitia was saying, that this climate, meaning the event, meaning the 4-day classes that you're going to be around, the people you're going to be around, the climate is prime for meaningful collaborations. Okay, that's huge right there. Collaborations are everything. Y'all guys know I use that word all the time. I even talk about how my lips collaborate with the different products that I put on. Okay, so collaborations are huge. I always say never competition, only collaborations. Okay, so that alone, the climate is going to spark meaningful collaborations, but also it will spark more ventures in many urban communities and areas in the United States by providing a template for success. See, here's the thing. What I'm hearing is you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to try to go out there and figure out everything. You don't have to try to see who do I need to meet with for doing A, B, C, and D. Everything you need, everyone you could possibly need to connect to is going to be in the room.
Correct.
Now, I'm not misquoting them, am I?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so that's what I want you guys to get excited about, because see, they're not just presenting themselves with the wealth of information they know and saying this is what you need to do this, do this, do this. They have not only giving you, they saying a template for success, right? They're not only giving you that template, which they could do, they're actually giving you the people to make the relationships, the collaborations. Because let me tell you, it's a lot different when that application comes and it looks like this. I mean, you can have the bomb.com stuff written all over here and it get delivered. And that's great. But I know sometimes it's this. Is having the opportunity to have at some point sat down with someone, look them eye to eye, let them hear and see your passion and what you're doing. That then, here's the difference. When that comes in, they now see the name and they recall what they were doing right here. And that's what you guys are offering to people, that face-to-face connection, that relationship. Correct?
Absolutely.
Higher
One other thing, Sonia, is when a funder is looking at your project, the first thing they want to know is who's on your team.
Okay.
Who have you aligned yourself with? Who's going to make your dream come to a fruition? Okay. They're not saying you, they're saying who's on your team. There are so many professions, so many contractors involved in the process, architects, engineers, what have you, that they're looking at the team and they're looking if the project is fundable. Are they willing to risk loaning you money of what is going to be the consummation of all your efforts?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's the team. And that's what we're focusing in on and bringing forth in the October 11th through the 14th, United
Okay.
Developers Council.
Yeah,
But
make sure we have those day down. You said October the
Uh,
ele-
Tuesday, October 11th through Friday, October 14th.
okay.
And I will defer again to my president to find out who might be the keynote speaker on the last day of the forum.
we've invited some really top actors and one actor and developer, Malik Yoba. So one
Don't
job,
be clapping at him now.
and
He's
what
one of my faves. Don't get
that's
jealous.
very important. We also have Detroit developer Marvin Bay.
Can you say that again? You kind of went out. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. We have also a local star, a developer you may know, Marvin Beatty.
Okay,
Marvin
awesome.
Beatty of Greektown Casino.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of projects. And we also have Charles Adams from Hartford Memorial Church. They've got the senior citizen places, the one on Otter Drive, Myers. They've been
Mm-hmm.
out on 7 Mile. Hartford has been big with development. And we've got a great partnership with churches so that we can help them for legacy and help to supplement their building funds and the things that they need to get done with income if they're converting property or seniors who don't want to have to go to the suburbs and all their kids live in the city to be in a nursing home or a convalescent facility. So, nevertheless, we got some really great, and I just can't even tell you. You just got to come and see. It's really,
Well, how do people come and see? What do they need to do?
well, they can give one of us a call, and we'll give them all the details so they can visit our website, which is greaterdetroitrealtors.com, and you can register on there. If you're a member, the fee is only $350, and if you're a non-member, the fee is $550. So it may be advantageous to join so that the fee is different. However, you get so much more than this bargain for. I know some of us walking around with outfits more than $350. It's just you would spend that going to see Beyonce, right? So why would you not invest in your community? It's
Yeah.
So,
for what you're going to get out of it. And this is just one of our. We do this every year, but we're working on another class for the women business enterprise. We're working on our veteran home buyer workshop for November, and we do that veteran outreach. And we're working on so many projects we do every year. We have a Martin Luther King celebration. We have a week in April. We'll all week long. We're helping homeowners and entrepreneurs. So this is our mission to increase home ownership, to increase Black wealth through real estate and insurance and businesses. That's my mission. It's easy for me to align with the organization because that's how I feel anyway. I have to adapt. That's been my philosophy.
Yes. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, we are like 6 minutes away. Can you believe it? To the end of time. But I definitely wanted to make sure we featured on that upcoming um what are you guys calling it? A class or it's like a master class? I don't know what to call it.
That's a good point. I like that. We've only been called to the class because we're humble, but I'm going to adapt your phrase, the real estate master class. So my
masterclass.
second vice president, he is the host of something called the Urban Mastermind series, and they kind of like a master. They talk weekly about real estate trends and what's going on. And we have a few other members who have talk shows, real estate, and podcasts and everything. Our organization is really full of plenty of A-type personality superstars, and just network with us. Worth well more. Our athletes are going to be off the. We're
That is so awesome to have that type of makeup of people because they are one passionate about what they're doing, two very capable at the work, and you have to do very very little micromanaging. They kind of can take the direction and kind of run with it and make it grow and be organic. So I absolutely love that. Now, only time sometimes A's can do this and every now and then, but We make it happen, don't we, Ken? Because what did
Make it
I tell
happen.
you earlier today, Ken?
What's
I
up?
was like, I'm a little worried
All right.
because of my A personality. I like to
Eh,
know everything that's going to be happening a week prior.
Exactly. And you know, I want to tell you something. My great uncle, my grandmother's brother, always had a phrase. He always said, "It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right." Okay. So
Uh-huh. That almost sounds like an excuse sometimes, but I'm gonna
nah,
roll
we're
with
gonna
it
be all right.
tonight.
We're gonna be all right.
I'm gonna roll with it tonight.
Well, we've done this before. We're gonna be all right. Okay.
So, Tanisha, you get the honors of one of my favorite questions. Because Ken was on here a few weeks ago, so we're gonna get him off the hook today.
Oh,
But what I need to know, because we're big here on literacy, is what book have you recently read that is currently on your nightstand, or you recently read, or you would highly recommend reading?
I'm working on one called Talk Shifts. How you can change your perspective and your vocabulary and change how you word things in effort to reach people. And so, raised to that everyone thinks talk the way we do, but talk shift teaches you how to adjust your language. So,
Mm.
and I'm still in the of it, but that's the way I'm working on talk shift.
I love that. I might need that one myself because I had was raised with the philosophy: say what you mean what you say. Every word has a meaning. Use it appropriately. So when I'm
Great. I
communicating to people, I sometimes don't always shift my language to adjust. It's kind of like I just believe you understand what every single word in the dictionary really means and how you should apply it. So I might have to get that one. Thank you for sharing.
yes, yes.
Now, I want to just say if there's anything either one of you want to add before we end, please do. But you guys are powerhouses respectfully in your industry. So if nothing else, if you don't have anything else to add, I want to make sure people know how to get in contact with you, because even if they're interested in starting a conversation about some type of property ownership, I want to make sure they know how to get in contact with you.
The first thing I say is my cell phone number 313-433-0544. And I invite them to visit the GR website, which is www.greaterdetroitrealty.com. And we do have a Facebook page. We'll be happy to give you take your. I would like to congratulate our. We've just milestone 100 now. We've had about 4 join this week. We've never reached a number before. Very proud who ushers the milestone, and I'm very that the rest of the bank is going to be off. So join us now. You'll get members. The rest of it all.
Love it. Now, okay, Ken. I mean, I know you've been here multiple times, but let's just go ahead and let them know how to get in contact with you.
All right. My phone number is 313-819-7065. Um, the one thing that I wanted to state to everyone is that we are often bombarded with questions regarding where we should go, what we should do, and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
This is one instant where you have all the resources in one place. It's a one stop shop.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever looked to develop your community, develop your block, this is the place to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
October 11th through the 14th is something that you need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are taking real estate back,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that it's in our hands.
Mm-hmm.
We're licensed, we're certified, we're designated, however you want to say it. This is something that we do 24/7. And believe me, it's 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are the gatekeepers of real estate within the city, the suburbs, the Tri County area, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
What better way is there to find out about us, our programs, our
Mm-hmm.
down payment assistance, the developing process
Mm-hmm.
from a person or entity that can provide guidance through that process?
Right. Mm-hmm.
This is your one stop shop where you can find the city, the county, the state all in one room.
Love it.
Not to mention the individuals that have started it in the middle of it and have actually developed land in your community.
Mm. That's just awesome.
So please log on to www Greater Detroit Realtist. No S on the end, just Realtist, REALTIST.com. We're waiting on you to log on because we want to see you in that room that day, those days,
Those days.
those days, each one of those days, because each day you're going to learn a different component of the development process.
I
So you're going to how loud
I love it. Yes. Thank you both. Thank you both. I appreciate you so much. And I must say, and this is a perfect way for me to segue because I'm just going to piggyback on it. Guys, you always know, I always say the best investment you can make is in yourself. The
Absolutely.
one thing that is most valuable is your time. Invest your time and your resource into yourself and look at your future wealth building that you can gain with this intellectual property, because that's what it will be. When you go, you get this knowledge, it becomes your intellectual property. Now here's the key: only you can actually apply it at that point. So come out
Absolutely.
and get it, but make sure you apply it, because that's where the magic happens. That's where you truly unlock the potential. And you guys know the application of knowledge is always powerful. So yes, I can't wait to hear about all the phenomenal things that are going to be happening in my community as well as other communities throughout the US from the people who attend this awesome masterclass for 4 days. I want to thank you, Ken, Scott,
Thank
and
you.
Tanisha Wilson, for coming out and being a part of tonight's show.
Thank you.
If you have not already done so, I'm going to need you to go right on over to Deals with Bob's YouTube page and click that subscribe button. Remember, subscription just means that you are in agreement to what we're doing here on Deals with Bob. The many guests that we bring on to get to know Bob that are doing some awesome things within our community. So after you subscribe, make sure that you also click that little notification bell so you would know all the time in which we are going live. I do have one comment that came into the chat. Thank you, Mr. Al Wilson, saying great program to you all. Thank you for joining and for your comments.
All right,
So
one
I
last thing, Sonia.
huh?
One last thing.
Yes.
Join our team.
Join our team.
Join our team. The Greater
Is,
Detroit Realtors Association.
are you speaking of me?
I'm saying to you and everyone out there that has interest in real estate development, real estate purchases, sales, whatever the case may be, join our
Okay.
team.
Join their team. That is a great way to end the segment. Thank you so much, Ken. I want to say I am your host, Sonia Weaver. And as always, I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar does matter. And deal with Bob. Have an amazing evening.
Have a great
Bye.
one.
thank you